Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some major breaking news coming out from Israel that I need to share with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to see major escalation between Hezbollah and Israel here very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if this happens in the next 24 hours. We've got a report today that a Hezbollah rocket has struck a soccer field in Majdal, Shams. Okay, this is in northeastern Israel, very close to Lebanon and also Syria. And apparently, this rocket struck on the corner of a soccer field. There was dozens of children here. We've got reports of 10 that have been killed, many of them children and teens between the ages of 10 to 20. And we've got over 34 others who were wounded, okay? Now, I'm going to show you some video footage from the attack and some of the mass panic going on over there, but I will note as well that it is very graphic. Much of the footage that is out there, and unfortunately, I cannot show that here on YouTube. It is just way too graphic to show that to you guys here. So I will try to show you the best footage that I can give you. But this video that you're seeing here is the moment that somebody caught this rocket coming in and striking at the soccer field. As you can see, a very massive blast. And from what this sounds like, this was a very heavy rocket that was fired from Hezbollah. I don't think this was one of their smaller rockets. I think this was a very massive rocket that was fired because it is extremely loud when it goes off, and you can just hear the momentum coming from this explosion in this video. I will show you guys here in just a little bit. But first, I want to get pulled up on the screen here for you. We've got a map pulled up that's going to show right about where this attack took place. So here's Israel. Here's Lebanon up here. Southern Lebanon, okay, so in northeastern Israel, way up here, here's the tippy corner, this little triangular portion. This is the tippy corner of Israel, and this is Majdal Shams, okay? It's slammed right in between. Here's Lebanon to the west, and to the east is Syria, okay? So this is apparently where this took place at. Here's Majdal Shams, and there's a soccer field that was here in the middle of the city that was struck that we see in the video, okay? So just for reference, there you go. That's where it's at on the northern side of Israel. And I will say, expect a major response from Israel very soon, because what did we see happen? Look at what happened when we had the attack coming from the Houthis, okay? The Houthis fired a drone that made it all the way from Yemen over to Tel Aviv, striking a high-rise building. We had at least a few people that were killed or one person, excuse me, that was killed. And there was more than like a dozen wounded or something like that. There was a lot of people that were affected by this strike. And this was just a drone that hit Tel Aviv, okay? Now, I understand the northern side of Israel comes under attack quite a bit. This is very frequent, and this is not the first time that we've had innocent people being killed or even IDF troops being killed. There's been lots of rocket attacks, drone attacks happening on the northern side of the country. But I don't believe that this one is going to go unabated, okay? I think what we're going to see is a major response from Israel, considering that this was a lot of children here too at this park, and we've got lots of citizens on the northern side of the country calling for the government to respond to this. I think that Israel is at the point where they're fed up, and they've come out, their defense ministers come out many times and said they were going to respond to all threats, okay? So I have a big feeling that something big is coming here very soon between Hezbollah and Israel. So let me show you this information on the Jerusalem Post. 10 children killed in rocket fire in Majdal Shams. Hezbollah denies responsibility. So that's something big, okay? Hezbollah is saying this didn't come from them, but if it didn't come from Hezbollah, where did it come from? Did it come from maybe some of these Iran-backed militias in Syria, okay, throughout the Middle East, maybe in another country? But most likely, what's being told here from the information that is this came from Hezbollah. Okay, so according to military guidelines, the residents of several localities in the northern Galilee were told to stay near shelters following the direct hit. Okay, this came out today. Here's a picture of the soccer field, and the strike was right about this area here. So on the corner edge of this soccer field is where this hit took place at. Following a direct hit in the area of Majdal Shams at Druze village, on Saturday evening, 10 were killed, among them children and teenagers between the age of 10 and 20. Over 34 wounded to varying degrees and were transported to hospitals by Magen David Adom teams and IDF helicopters, MDH said in a statement. The rocket hit a soccer field near a playground. According to an IDF situational assessment and IDF intelligence, the rocket launched toward Majdal Shams was carried out by Hezbollah. A senior official from Hezbollah, Mohammed Afif, told Reuters on Saturday the group was not responsible for the strike. Upon arrival at the scene, senior MDA medic Idan Avshalom stated, "We arrived at the soccer field and saw destruction and items on fire. Victims were lying on the grass and the scenes were difficult. We immediately began triaging the injured. Some of the injured were taken to local clinics and our teams were directed to those clinics as well." During the incident, there were additional alerts and medical treatment for the injured is still ongoing. So something that I want to note, here's another picture from the incident when this attack took place, but something that I was thinking about was I saw a report just the other day. I talked a little bit about it on one of my videos that there was lots of running back groups. I think it was Kataib Hezbollah, if I'm not mistaken, but at least one or two groups that are starting to practice and do military drills in Syria or maybe Iraq, one of those countries, and they're preparing to go to war with Israel soon. Okay, they've been doing that. And then I also heard that I believe it was Kataib Hezbollah that said that they were ready to attack Israel along with the Houthis, considering that the Houthis were ready to respond to the attack that happened on the Hodeidah port just last Saturday. So I don't know if maybe that was one of these groups trying to get involved now. This is a potential, and that's why I'm bringing that up. So maybe that's a possibility. It's possible that it was not Hezbollah. But if it was Hezbollah and Israel is able to prove that, we're going to see a massive response from them very soon. Situational assessments of the incident. The Chief of General Staff, Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi, the Northern Command's commanding officer, the Operations Directorate head, the Israeli Air Force head, and other members of General Staff Form are currently conducting a situational assessment of the incident. In addition, the Education Ministry in the North opened a situation room to assess the events, accompanied by the authorities, families, and school personnel. Alarms were activated in the Majdal Shams area in the northern Galilee at 6:18 p.m. Moshe Davidovich, head of the Mate Asher Regional Council and chairman of the Confirmation Line Forum, responded to the incident. "I share the sorrow of the leadership of the Majdal Shams local council over the tragic harm to innocent residents and send speedy recovery wishes to the injured. I am outraged. It seems that until the rockets land in Kasari, the Prime Minister and cabinet members will continue their policy of ignoring the North. I call on the government to wake up from its slumber and act immediately." Okay, so people are fed up with this on the northern side of the country. They don't feel safe. They're under constant rocket fire almost every single day. Okay, I've been talking about this for probably going on 6 months now. And Hezbollah has been attacking Israel for a very long time now, and they attack them almost every single day with rockets. So the people in the north are absolutely tired of this, and it's just getting worse and worse every day. So we have to expect at some point there's going to be a massive response from Israel, and I think it's coming very soon. So the Israeli police reported that they are dealing with a number of scenes where shrapnel fell in the north of the Golan directly after initial reports of the incident. Police and Northern District Police detectives isolated the crash scene and are searching for additional remains to remove further risk to the public. So absolutely huge, guys. It's just, this is really getting out of control over here like crazy in the Middle East, especially with Israel and Hezbollah, and then with Hamas. You know, crazy stuff's happening down there in Gaza. We've got more people being killed down there every single day. Just absolutely insane. We're still expecting a major response from the Houthis, and maybe that's going to come around the time that Israel decides to go after Hezbollah. Who knows? That's maybe when the Houthis will decide to strike Israel. Maybe it'll be a coordinated attack from all these groups at the same time. Who knows what's going to happen, but we know that something is coming, because look at this on the New Arab. Israel army says ready and decisive push against Lebanon's Hezbollah. Okay, they've been preparing for nearly about a month and a half now that we've been seeing headlines like this coming out from Israel that they are ready to attack southern Lebanon and push Hezbollah back. I'm going to show you guys a map here in just a little bit on how much territory Hezbollah is controlling in Lebanon, and how much the Israelis are going to have to push into Lebanon to engage with Israel or with Hezbollah as well. Okay, so that's going to be a big deal whenever they launch this attack, and it's going to be absolutely devastating to the population of Lebanon. And also, if all these groups end up attacking Israel, it could be very devastating to Israel too. So once Israel launches this attack, it's game over. Okay, it's going to be a massive war in the Middle East, and there's going to be multiple countries getting involved. it could definitely draw many other countries to get involved. So let me show you some stuff here on X now. We've got this post here from the official X account of Israel. Says this is the moment that a Hezbollah rocket hit a children's playground and soccer field in Majdal, Shams, a Druze town in northern Israel. There are at least 9 children and teens dead. So take a look at this video real quick. It's absolutely insane, but get ready for your ears because it is pretty loud whenever this explosion goes off. So here we go. Okay, so I just wanted to let that roll a couple times so that way you could see it just in case you missed it the first time. But again, this is the video footage that I was showing you guys on the waiting screen whenever you walked in here. And as we can see, somebody caught this rocket coming in. You could hear this thing flying in and smashing into this soccer field, and the explosion is absolutely powerful. And it's so powerful, if you notice, the camera shakes a little bit soon after this explosion. You can see the blast from this explosion going off. It reaches all the way to this woman standing here, and it scares her because she can probably feel it hit her. So this was definitely a massive rocket that hit inside this town. Okay, also from the official X account of Israel again, they murdered children while they were playing soccer. Okay, so we've got video footage of some of the panic here going on after the attack as well, so take a look. So this is soon after the attack, and you can see a lot of the kids are trying to get out of there. It's just absolutely insane that this rocket just landed right here in the middle of all these kids while they're playing soccer. And obviously they've got to be extremely scared. And like I said, this was a massive blast. So if this woman standing back, what was it, maybe 300-400 yards away, heard this blast that loud and could feel the blast from this from so far away, imagine the kids that were here. Okay, it must be absolutely terrifying. So that's that video footage there. One more video here as well from the scene from Vicegrad 24. Breaking: Hezbollah rocket strikes a playground at football field in Majdal, Shams in northern Israel. 5 killed and 21 wounded. So this must have been an older report from earlier this morning, because as we know now, it looks like there was at least 10. I'm sure that that number is going to grow, and more people will unfortunately die from this attack. It says many children hurt. So here's a 7-second clip, so go ahead and take a look at this as well. So what we see in this video is massive panic. Lots of people, you can see there on stretchers, they're trying to get people out of here as quick as possible. Clearly, there was a lot of people injured and killed in this attack. So again, very, very unfortunate. I pray for the people and the families that were affected by this. I hope that all the people that were wounded, if they happen to make it out of this, that they heal quickly and that they get better from their injuries. So just absolutely horrible, guys, what we're seeing. I got 2 more things I need to show you. It says from the Times of Israel Alerts, live update. Foreign Minister Katz, that's Israel Katz, says, no doubt Hezbollah crossed all red lines. Israel's facing all-out war. Okay, this is directly from the Foreign Minister of Israel, Israel Katz, saying, no doubt Hezbollah crossed all red lines. They're facing all-out war. Okay, so like I said, this is coming, guys. At this point, I don't even think Israel will really care whether they investigate and find out whether it was Hezbollah. I think they're pretty certain it was. It wouldn't surprise me if it was Hezbollah. Now, I'm not saying that it for sure was them. Who knows? Maybe the Israelis will do an investigation and find out where this came from. But regardless, we've got lots of people who have been wounded and killed in this attack, so it's very unfortunate. So finally, I want to show you this one last thing, excuse me, from Vicegrad 24. An Israeli invasion of southern Lebanon is becoming more and more likely. So I've got this map here from Vicegrad 24 that I wanted to show you. And this shows how important it is for Israel to have to go after Hezbollah, considering that look at how much of the territory Hezbollah controls inside of Lebanon. Okay, they control a large portion of southern Lebanon, and this is kind of where they want to push Hezbollah out of. Okay, they want them completely out of the southern portion of Lebanon, and then also it looks like they control a large portion of Beirut, which is the capital of Lebanon, and even the airport. Okay, and we did a whole report not too long ago that was indicating that Hezbollah may be storing weapons at the international airport there in Beirut. So if they have control of the airport, maybe that story was true, maybe it wasn't. We don't really know, because I know Hezbollah was coming out and saying they were going to allow some inspectors to go in there and check for weapons, things like that. Because why would you use an international airport to hold weapons? But at the same time, I could see why Hezbollah would do that, to make an international airport a safe place to store weapons. Because obviously, why would Israel go and bomb an international airport with lots of innocent people there, and potentially some of their own citizens that maybe they've got family members that live in Lebanon? They wouldn't want to just go bomb an airport, but we're going to have to see. And then look at, they control the northeastern portion up here. Okay, the Baalbek region comes under attack. I've done lots of reports on Baalbek being hit. Apparently, Hezbollah's got lots of weapons storage facilities up here in this area too. So Israel's constantly targeting that region as well. But just absolutely insane what we're seeing, guys. This is a major warning to go out to all of you that it looks like there's going to be a major conflict breaking out in the Middle East. And I think at this point it's completely inevitable. And obviously all this ties back to Iran. We know at the end of the day, Israel's main goal and the US's main goal is to go after Iran. And this could be the beginning of this, okay? This Middle Eastern war that's about to break out could be the beginning of ultimately going after Iran. And we've been hearing so many reports of that. I even heard something that I think Donald Trump was recently saying, that if he was ever assassinated, that he hoped that the U.S. would wipe Iran off the face of the earth. Okay, so they're putting all this blame on Iran, and we had these attacks just yesterday in France on the railway systems over there, and they're starting to point the fingers at Iran and Russia, and it's just watch out for this, guys. Keep your head on a swivel, pay attention to your surroundings, and just watch out for any kind of threats, because something big is coming here. I think we can all sense it. This has been going on for a very long time, but we are getting very close to something major breaking out, and it is just going to be absolutely hell let loose on the entire planet. So just be prepared. I hope that doesn't ever happen. It's just a warning, if anything, and we'll have to see what happens here, but expect a major response from Israel coming up very soon, most likely within the next 24 hours. I would not be surprised if they launch an attack soon on Lebanon. But that's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope y'all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.